Hello, and welcome back to another Storm and Stone battle report. This time it's a 35-point game using eMorvahna for the first time. Well, second time, I should say. First time in kind of a 35 to 50-point range. So there's no scenario for this. My opponent was just kind of looking to get a quick game in. So we just skipped over any sort of scenario or league rules or anything like that. We just got straight into it. So here we go. With what I got here is in the 80 advanced deployment. I got a unit of shifting stones, sentry stone with some mannequins. My normal deployment is a unit of skinwalkers with the Warborn Alpha, a Warpwolf Stalker with a druid behind him, eMorvahna's goat, because I'm painting her separately, so I just brought the goat in, a Scarsfell Griffin, and a full unit of Tharn Wolf Riders. And my opponent is bringing Troll Bloods, and this is what he has. He has the Cavalry Dragoon Solo Horthel, a minimum unit of the Long Riders, affectionately referred to as the Tuffalo, I believe they are. A Chronicler, an Earthborn Dire Troll. The Warlock that he's using for this game is Grim Angus. He has a Troll Bouncer, a Troll Axer, a Totem Hunter, and a Troll Fellcaller hero solo guy. Guy who yells at people and they get better, basically, from my understanding. Probably much more than that, but from what I understand, he yells at people, they get better. So, anyways, here's just another shot of the current paint job of eMorvahna's goat. It's coming out pretty well. Also, I should quickly state that the prey targets for this, my Wolf Riders have put the Fellcrawler as their prey target. His Totem Hunter put the Griffin as its prey target. So here we go with Trollblood's turn one. He ran Horthel out far over to the left. Grim put cross country on the Long Riders, who kind of walked up through the forest, and the Chronicler is kind of in between the two of them. The Earthborn Dire Troll and the Bouncer kind of take up a center position with Grim and the Fellcaller behind them. The Axers kind of taking up kind of that middle area, kind of no man's land there, and the Totem Hunter ran over to take a far right kind of flanking position. So here we go with Circle, the end of Circle, turn one. My response, there was no scenarios for zones or flags to capture anything, so I just kind of cautiously went forward a bit. On the left, you can see that the shifting stones went kind of right in front of that rough terrain that we had there, with the stalker kind of hiding out amongst that flank, and the skinwalkers backing them up, just because there's a lot of stuff over there. I didn't know what was going to be coming, so I wanted to keep my options open. The Wolf Riders kind of advancing up a little bit, along with the mannequins, just kind of throwing them out just for them to die and to feed Morvahna more health. That's kind of the reason why I took them. Because, you can kill the mannequins and the Sentry Stone just keeps making more, and you keep killing them and keep healing Morvahna. It's kind of a fun little idea, but I don't know if it's really going to pan out to be worth the 3 points for it. But we'll see as time goes on. So this leads us into Trollblood's turn two. He ends up giving... The Chronicler ends up giving the Long Riders a kind of an effect that whenever you kill them, the model that killed the Long Rider in this case ends up getting knocked down, and he ended up just running the Long Riders right in front of the Skinwalkers there. The Earthborn Dire Troll. Or actually, before that, Grim Angus ends up shooting one of the Tharn Wolf Riders, the one in the very front, and ends up killing her. much to his annoyance, because I kind of took away a charge target for the Earthborn. So he advanced up a bit. The bouncer walked up behind him, put the bouncer's animus on the Earthborn Dire Troll, so if ever I hit it in melee, I'm pushed back, I believe a D3 inches. The Axer walks up, kills the mannequin that was just kind of hanging out there, and Fellcaller advances, and the Totem Hunter is still kind of on that far right hand flanking maneuver. So here is my turn to circle response. This was actually kind of a big turn, so there's a lot that kind of went on here. First and foremost, the Sentry Stones, or the Shifting Stones, I should say, teleported the Warpwolf Stalker next to the Earthborn Dire Troll. It wasn't so close that it could get its claw attacks, but it was well within its reach range. So then the Skinwalkers charged and killed 2 of the Long Riders. So the ones that are currently knocked down are the one that's on the far left and the one that's on the far right. So those ended up getting knocked down. The Sentry Stone, I took the 2 mannequins that were left. I ran one into melee range with the Axer, and I ran the other one into melee range with the Totem Hunter. I realized that they're out of formation, so they're not going to be doing anything, but this is all I need them to do. I don't really need them to be going out and shooting their sprays or anything like that, because as kind of veteran Circle players will most likely tell you that their sprays don't really do a whole lot, so I just kind of use them as little speed bumps. The Scarsfell Griffin tried to charge the Earthborn Dire Troll, but failed. So it didn't really do anything. The Wolf Riders actually moved up a bit, threw their spears at the Fellcaller. The first 2 ended up killing it, and so with the Fellcaller dead, I moved the prey target onto Grim himself, and then I threw one spear at Grim, but it ended up missing. So the Wilder ended up moving forward a bit and casting the Stalker's Sprint Animus on itself, which was kind of a silly move to do at that point, as you can see in a second. Because what I did with eMorvahna is I wanted to soften them up, because I think that for some reason that when people say circle or pillow-fisted, that it basically means that you need everything to kill one thing. You know, it takes everything that you have to kill one hard target of the enemies, and so I end up kind of putting eMorvahna in there to help soften up the Earthborn for the Stalker. So eMorvahna, first thing she did, she cast Purification, which removed the Earthborn's Animus. So then I charged her in. The Ram knocked him down. Did only like 3 points, so I used her Scales of Fate ability. I only took 1 point, and instead of doing 3 points of damage, with the reroll, I ended up doing 9, which is awesome. And then eMorvahna attacked. I boosted damage with that, and then I took a point of damage due to Life Trader, so I had a 4 dice damage roll, and I did like 11 points out of that. And then I ended up just taking my light cav move, and I moved her back. So when it came to the Stalker's turn, 3 hits from the Stalker ended up killing the Earthborn. And now with Purification, the Stalker's Animus should have been gone as well. This picture was taken before I realized that fact. And where the Stalker's positioned was after I gave him the free advance that he shouldn't have had. So I took this picture, and then after I realized that he shouldn't have been there, so I moved him back. I removed his Animus, and we just kind of went forward. So here was the Trollblood's next turn, which my opponent realized that he was in a very bad spot. He was down 2 Long Riders, an Earthborn, and a Fellcaller, and I was only down 1 Wolf Rider and a Mannequin. So he realized that he needed to do something drastic. So he kind of went all in. First off, the Troll Bouncer slammed the Stalker. He only went like 1 inch, knocking him down. Grim then went, popped his Animus, so that everyone that was in his control area, which was basically the very last Skinwalker, the Druid Wilder, and everybody to the right of them in the rest of the picture, we're all at -3 speed, -3 defense, mainly for the -3 defense. Grim took a shot at eMorvahna, ended up doing like 4 points of damage. I didn't bother transferring it because my only transfer target was the Griffin. So at the end of my turn, she was on 3 transfers. So I just decided to take that damage myself. And then he ended up walking over and killing the Mannequin that was in the Axer's way. So with the Stalker knocked down, the Axer also got rushed from Grim and just charged straight forward into eMorvahna. He ended up hitting with his charge attack. I transferred that damage. He bought a second attack, hit with that. I transferred that damage. And with his third attack, he ended up missing. And the last one, he didn't even, at that point, him missing that one, he realized that was it. Because eMorvahna had about 8 health left. He only had one Fury left that he could put on the Axer to swing another attack. Probably wouldn't have killed her. Even if it would have, I still had a transfer that could have killed the Griffin, but even with the blowback afterwards from whatever would have remained from the Griffin, eMorvahna still would have been alive, and he kind of knew that. And he knew at this point with the Axer failing to kill eMorvahna that he was dead. So he just kind of conceded at this point and just said, "You got me," because Grim's hanging out there on no Fury whatsoever. All I really needed to do at this point, first and foremost, I just ran out the Wolf Riders. And the Wolf Riders possibly could have done it just with their throwing javelins, because Grim is their prey target at this point. If the Griffin had survived enough, eMorvahna might be able to heal it for enough of all of its aspects. Probably what I could have done was based on the angle there. I could have slammed it into the Bouncer to get it out of melee range from the Stalker, and then the Stalker could have just charged Grim and finished him off there. So yeah, and he kind of knew that. He wasn't really surprised at that point. So not a very dramatic ending or a surprise ending, kind of something that kind of happened out of nowhere. That's kind of typical for circle games. But with the fact that I was taking out important pieces of his, and he wasn't really getting anything in return. He kind of needed to do a last ditch effort to try to get something done, and this is what he had. And unfortunately, it didn't work out for him. So sometimes these games, unfortunately happen like that. So, but yeah, that's about it. So if you guys have any opinions or questions about my list or anything else, feel free to let me know. And that's all I have. So thank you guys for watching, and hopefully I will catch you guys soon. All right, bye.